For nearly 7,000 years, the High Elves cultivated a shining, magical kingdom, hidden deep within the forests of northern Lordaeron. But 5 years ago, the undead scourge invaded Quel'Thalas and drove the elves to the brink of extinction. Led by the evil Death Knight Arthas, the scourge destroyed the mystical Sunwell, thereby severing the elves from the source of their arcane power. Though the scars of that conflict are evident, the remaining elves have banded together and retaken much of their homeland. These grim survivors are committed to regaining the vast once commanded. Inspired by the leadership of their beloved prince, Kael'thas Sunstrider, the Blood Elves now seek new sources of arcane magic and the means of defending their land against the undying horrors of the Scourge. As one of the few surviving Blood Elves, you must master your thirst for magic and help shape the destiny of your people.
Yeah. So, this is the Eversong Woods remake of the original Wrath of the Lich King client. So, the Blood Elf starting zone is the only starting zone so far we have really truly ready on the Emerald team. The Blood Elf starting zone, unlike the original version of Wrath of the Lich King, that I doubt Blizzard will update, but if they do, they do, is... So you start in the Sunspire, and a lot of people know that, who played Blood Elves, a lot of people know that the second floor of the Sunspire is something you can't usually access. It's, you can't access it at all. It's, you're unable to. So, my bad for that. But point being is, we've remade the Blood Elf zone by adding Probationer's Training Dummy, which were level 1 to 3 training dummies. The Sunstrider Royal Guards on the island have been replaced with these guards, who give you a text. Sunstrider Isle is where the founding fathers and mothers of found Quel'Thalas. It all started with the Sunstrider dynasty, and by the light it shall die with the Sunstrider dynasty. Our investors will make certain of that.
We will have justice.
The so-called Regent Lord is allowing Darnasian spies and dwarves in our lands, underneath their very nose. We, the Sunstrider Royal Guard, shall never allow anyone to undermine the sanctity of Silvermoon and the elite.
The reckoning is at hand.
The so-called...
Keep your wits about you. State your business.
Do you smell magic in the air, or maybe barbecue? I'm sorry, the partygoers have been at it all day, and night smoking that blood thistle. I don't know what I smell anymore.
Death to all who oppose us.
So these are the Bloodmongers. The Bloodmongers are the elite guard of the island, and each of them look like a female, rather than your typical Blood Elven guard that's a male. They talk about the blood thistle, which is the common herb drug that the elves use in order to infuse themselves with power, and they talk about the Sunstrider Royal Dynasty, how they will not allow it to be usurped by the Regent Lord Lorthamar Theron. They are also a hint to a future dungeon that we're going to make for the Blood Elves in Silvermoon City. Over here you got the nice beautiful now decorated region of a little small hamlet, and inside of it players will be able to find an armorsmith. And this armorsmith has all sorts of shields, boots, you name it basically. It has a crystal tiara that gives you the gift of the Naru. It has a Cinderai banded mask that silences enemies like the Blood Elf Racial. And last and not least, where's the third one? Oh yeah. The Libram of Torrent, which is essentially your Libram for your Paladin that gives you the silence effect and silences enemies within 8 yards.
We will have choose
Over here is the Weaponsmith, who has all sorts of weapons, and most notably new Blood Elven ones. The Blood Elven ones are Recruiter's Short Sword. which has the Blood Elf silencing effect. And it has more. Every weaponsmith, every armorsmith, every gunsmith, every bowsmith, and so on and so forth sell what are we known as profession recipes. So an armorsmith and a weaponsmith will smell. So a weaponsmith is going to sell weapon recipes, and an armorsmith is going to sell armor recipes. And most people are thinking, well, you can't start professions until you're level 5. Well, true, but now on this server, you can actually start the professions at level 1 from a profession instructor. The profession instructor tells you immediately what the fuck she's about, and when you want to browse her goods, she sells you some profession recipes.
Keep your wits about you.
Clicking any of these immediately teaches you the profession skills, 4 of them for free, and the profession itself for free. So you're allowed to learn the profession for free because it's a starting zone. A general goods vendor sells everything you need. A jewel crafting hammer for your jewels, a fishing stick for fishing, a blacksmith hammer, well, for engineers to increase their skill because there's no blacksmith skill, and the rest is, you got a stronger fishing pole. If you raise your fishing skill to 75, you're able to advance to a strong fishing pole. And everything you need basically is available to you. The new things that are involved are the farmer's shovel, which increases your herbalism skill by 15, and a diamond tipped cane that increases your enchanting skill by 10.
Salama Ashalanore. The dark times will pass.
This is your tradesman, aka your trade goods supplier. Anything you need for your professions is supplied to you immediately.
Be ready for
Of course, you gotta pay, but hey, isn't that everybody? Other than that, the entire Sunspire's interior from the lower floor, the first floor, has actually received an update for the Blood Elves. So everything you see here, the carpets, the new tables, the new NPCs, a Warlock trainer now having his own alchemy table, everything is basically custom made. The guards are entirely custom made. This one right here, the Cinderai Weaver, is the Blood Elf bag supplier. So leatherworking bags, tailoring bags, recipes are all featured in this person, and you can purchase them. You can also purchase bags, like a traveler's knapsack and stuff, but you really need a lot of money to do that. So unless you got a buddy who's level 70 and level 80 or level 60 with you at the starting zone, good luck getting that. The paladin trainer is right here, flanked by a little paladin goblin trainer. And what else is there need to know? Well, let's go around to explore the Sunspire. So there you go. This is how everything looks pretty much, to give you the idea. And now the Sunspire has what I've mentioned at the beginning of the video, a second floor that wasn't accessible. You got new benches where you can sit down if you want to just chillax with your buddies with low 80 while you're watching the new Scrubs train. But what the Sunspire did not have, and you could not access until 2 expansions later, was the second floor of the Sunspire. So this orb of translocation here leads you to the second floor of the Sunspire. Up here you're going to find all sorts of Eversong partygoers. There's a tailor here for apprentice tailors, aka, people who do the profession from tailoring. All sorts of shirts she sells, some cloth armor, and of course the tailoring recipes.
The reckoning is at hand.
Proceeding onward, you go into to the inside of the Sunspire on the second floor. You'll find the barkeep, who sells you all cooking recipes, cooking material, everything cooking recipes that you need for your profession, and so on and so forth.
Keep your wits about you.
The partygoers has basically moved into the second floor of the Sunspire, and they have a little room for party. Beneath the Sunspire, aka where the second orbital translocation is, the Selenian Voronil, the Well Watcher, who was actually here in Burning Crusade Alpha, is now back on his location on the second floor, and everybody's around him, along with the orb. And over here is your gunsmith. Anything an engineer needs, wooden heavy stocks, is sold by this vendor, and any gun you want to buy and use here is all yours.
Hold your head high.
And over here we got Lyandra Sunstrider,
Victory lies
who
ahead.
gives us more lore about the Sunstrider royal dynasty. Nothing remains but ash and sorrow within the center of Silvermoon City. The dead scar runs far and wide as fitting of the reminder of what we once lost. Have you come to restore the Cinder Eye's honor? If you don't know what the dead scar
Be
is,
ready
she's
for
referring to
anything.
this. The dead scar when Arthas marched through Silvermoon.
Glory to the
All the
Cinder
people
Eye.
feel is hate and rage, their thirst for magic and vengeance clouding their judgment till they become nothing more but another wretched mongrel. Their kind roaming the wild unchecked until we put them down. This is basically what Blood Elf turns into a wretched. You don't need any more reference there, honestly.
Death to all who oppose us.
Welcome to the party, and make sure you look around. You will find it. We are surrounded by crowds of oblivious peoples, and peoples that are aware of the situation of what is happening within Quel'Thalas. The oblivious party away, drinking day and night, to forget what they already know, and those who accept it stand with blade in hand ready to sacrifice for Quel'Thalas. Are you such a warrior?
We will have justice.
Basically,
The reckoning
Lyandra
is at
Sunstrider,
hand.
if you don't remember, she was the mage in Legion who was killed in Ice Crown Citadel. She's featured here as a reference to that, and also she's been given a sword, and of course high elite status, and she will be our dungeon boss later down the line.
Be ready for anything.
And over here you got a forge and anvil, just like downstairs. In that hamlet you got a forge and anvil for your blacksmithing, engineering. And you're missing one more thing. Oh yeah, the bowsmith. There's a bowsmith, aka bowyer, who is located in here,
Our
sitting down
enemies
on a
will
chair.
fall.
If you're a hunter, again, if you really want bows and guns, you got a gunsmith, you got a bowsmith, you pick what you fancy. Other than that, the Blood Elven Grave, sorry, I have GM on. The Blood Elven Grave now has gravestones, tombstones, rather than just having nothing, and this Blood Elf statue is now featured here too, to make it look like, well, an actual fucking graveyard when you die, rather than just looking like a pavement. There's some additional decorations around, more guards are featured on the island. And there's, oh yeah, when you go around the island, and let's just say you do find minerals, you will actually find copper veins now. In the original, there's no copper veins. When we added professions for level 1, we wanted the level 1 players to go to find copper veins, peace blooms, you name it, so you'll find a shit ton of that everywhere you look on the island. Find herbs, you will find a lot of them. Peace bloom, earth root, and silverleaf. I'm tracking both minerals and herbs, so ignore that. And other than that, there are some new Silvermoon visitors, like the Silvermoon Magisters, checking what the fuck is going on. The new mob on the island is the Wretched Dropouts. The Wretched Dropouts, let's just say, are from Falthrian Academy, and that's why there is Falthrian Academist in their title. They are new mobs that cast Shadowbolt once attacked, like a warlock, and of course they're wretched. They look like those Nightborn withdrawn people. Basically, the only reason they're here is to protect those books you have to get for your Blood Elf quest, but at the same time, they are also a spellcaster, which is different. And third, you're able to, what is it called? When you kill them, they drop linen cloth, which is for your tailoring and first aid profession, which that didn't exist on the island until later. These wretched dropouts are featured here, here, in these locations, and even over here, guarding the books. When you go further on, we'll go into that academy, but first we're going to go into a Blood Elf settlement, which is down here. Actually, no, we'll go into the academy first. When you go into the academy, Falthrian Academy, there's a lot of things that have changed here as well. There's some new benches, flowers, lanterns in the area, which is not in the original. And as you explore Falthrian Academy, most of it looks like it's the same. But again, lanterns, flower pots, and benches, those are new. There are some demonic crystals that are new. And also this is new. 2 tents have been added in the region. And wretched dropouts are now featured here as well. And they're just showing we're part of Falthrian Academy too, we're students. And yeah, you keep on going upstairs, and then you have the mighty boss of all mighty bosses, Felindrin Witherspoon. He's actually given a last name. And his title, the Banished. Well, rather than being Felidrin the Banished, now it's Felidrin Witherspoon the Banished. Over here on the other side, there's some blood crystals, which was not in the original, and up there, there's just an empty tower lot. When you go further down into the road, there's more guards patrolling the roads, which wasn't in the original. But when you keep on going down the road, you will arrive to a little Blood Elf settlement with a little human house, like a little farm that references the human farmhouses in Warcraft 3 when humans built farmhouses and the Blood Elves used them as a source of food. So this house is featured here as a remnant of the Third War. And you got a Cinderai Quartermaster, you got more loyalists. These Rocketeers are Sunstrider loyalists. They're loyal to Kael'thas Sunstrider, Lyanndra Sunstrider. They're not loyal to the Silvermoon City Empire, and that's why they have the Illidan Tabard. So there's kind of a conflict within Silvermoon. You got an ale keeper who sells ale, you got a firework person who sells fireworks, and you got the fitting rocket work launchers right beside you if you ever want to launch a firework in celebration.
Death to
For instance.
all who oppose us.
There you go. And you have got kegs, you got more party goers going around, and that's it for this place, I'd say. Oh, the bridge. What are we doing over the bridge? Oh yeah, over the bridge. There's some outrunners, of course, as usual, and more guards who are very strict in protecting the Sunstrider Isle. The Paladin Order Hall for the Blood Elves has also received a slight change, with some more Cinderai loyalists here, and of course mounts, this time located in front of these big wheelie thingies.
Yes.
Some trade masters, and of course lanterns, flowers, you name it. So this place has actually been touched. When you go further past this area, you'll see some guards. Now this is a secret area, which I'm not supposed to tell you about, but I will, because if you watch this video, you deserved it. When you go around the sea, you will arrive at the gates of Silvermoon. You can't open the gates, no shit, because that comes for later. But there's 2 guards here. And the more guards you see, you just keep tracking them and tracking them, because you notice they are all on a road. Keep tracking them and you will find some pilgrims who are evacuees.
State your business.
Because they're saved from the onslaught. When you go further on, you will find this hill. And upon going up this hill without GM powers, I'll show you now. You just keep this, you can glitch this on original in the original Wrath of the Lich King client, so if you didn't know about this glitch, you can do this, but it's not really a glitch, more like a Blizzard oversight. So when you go up here in this area, which you can reach normally, you climb up this hill, you keep climbing, and now you can see the Blood Elf Order Hall. And then you go up the hill, and as you can see, clearly from here, I can jump down on top of the gate of Silvermoon, which I will do. And there we go, we're now on top of the gate of Silvermoon. Up here there's a little evacuation camp for the gate. There's a Sunstrider Rocketeer, there's an Alekeeper again, there's a Quartermaster, and of course just random tents. And this Blood Elves watching over the ruins of Silvermoon. I just wanted this to be a secret Blood Elf camp, so if anybody ever finds it, now you know that developers kind of scattered a little few secrets here and there for you to find. And now we're going to take back our normal path into the ruins of Silvermoon City. The ruins of Silvermoon City have seen an insignificant update, besides lanterns, flower pots, and so on.
Glory to the Sindorai.
There's a slain outrunner, a Blood Knight Adept, and now that you speak with her, she will say, this does not concern you, be on your way. The pilgrim is being questioned by the Magister as in, what the fuck happened here? Can you explain me how this person died? And there's a Silvermoon builder, a reclaimer, who is just working on the broken ballista. The entirety of Silvermoon has received an update from the mobs, from the robots, you name it, and this whole entire road is now scattered with thousands and thousands of guards who have spike barricades and everything prepared basically for war. If we go further into the Skulking Row, into the ruins of Silvermoon, there's basically wretched NPCs, and nothing pretty much here has changed besides more enemies. But when we go up here is when the changes start going. This place has got its own sign now, and it's called Phoenix Front. Phoenix Front is a Blood Elf outpost now, in the middle right here, that will try to secure Silvermoon for themselves. There's a lot of Blood Elves here. There's a Poison Region supplier, the Sunreavers have moved in. There's an innkeeper, the camp prefect, the trade goods, the magister addressing the crowd of people, telling them fuck you, you suck. Blood mages, a mount storage stable, more training dummies, so for the new level players. Corcoran Call War announcements that gives you quests depending what level you are.
I have one-of-a-kind item.
A general goods supplier, a forge and an anvil if you're doing professions. And the more benches for you to sit down randomly and stuff. And basically a lot of development here. So this is the Phoenix Front, a new Blood Elf outpost located in the same region of the ruins of Silvermoon. In this house, this random hamlet, the first floor is surrounded by enemies, but the second floor is seized by the Blood Elves who have flown in here with the Silvermoon Dragonhawk. Inside of the second floor of the hamlet, you will find random people, magisters and stuff, trying to recover what was lost in Silvermoon, along with a medic. Further moving on, now we're going to go on to the hardest place that was to map, and that is the Falcon Wing Square. The Falcon Wing Square has its own stable, rather than having no stable and the person standing in the middle of nowhere. The Dragonhawks are stabled right here, with an entrance located right here, so you can enter and see the mounts. And an entrance is technically right here. So this flower pot, ignore it, this is your entrance. So there's a Silvermoon citizens in the area, Bag Provisioners. She's for a quest where you get your first pet that gives you ethereal credits. Your first aid trainer is moved outside here. Apprentice leatherwork is here for your leatherworking recipes, your tailoring recipes and tailor armor.
Stay the course.
Your bowyer is here for your hunters, and a quiver you can buy. A jewel crafting trainer. A cooking trainer. They're all moved outside basically. The sergeant is addressing his people while his Silvermoon citizens are cheering him on because they want the wretched guy to die because they're dicks. And so on and so forth. There's more benches around the fountain making it look like a complete circle. The weaponsmith and armorsmith are here. The armorsmith is actually working on your armor rather than just standing there and staring at you. And this is the gunsmith who has his own servant behind the counter. And this guy has received his own mount rather than just standing there doing nothing. So now he's on a mount. The official stable for the Blood Elves, along with the arriving mounts of other races, is now here, with the pet trainer actually attending to a Kodo, looking like he's actually has a job and he's doing something. When you Phoenix Watch, oh yeah, there's Blood Elf banners, I guess I forgot to mention that. When you enter into this training hall sanctum, there's training dummies, and yeah, there's basically training dummies, but these ones are higher levels, so they're level 4 to 8, I believe. I'm not really sure about that. So more training dummies as you advance your levels. And in here, what did I do in here? Oh yeah, Silvermoon citizens are in the area. She sells you cooking recipes and a lot of stuff, and special chicken feed for that chicken if you ever wanted. And you will find a chicken in the region, so if you want a chicken pet, you can actually get a chicken pet in the Blood Elf zone. There's a warlock trainer, priest trainer, mage trainer. There's a new portal here for the mage trainer that wasn't in the original, but now you can see there's a portal as if, oh, she's a mage, you know, portal's there. Wow, right? This guy is a priest trainer, but he's meddling with a blood crystal. Don't ask. Priests are shady, alright? And the warlock trainer is less shady than all of them. He's just standing in the middle of the hall.
Glory.
And over here we got the tradesman,
Everything has a
who
price.
gives you all your trade goods. He's been updated.
Shorel
The
or
general goods, that supplies you all your general needs, rather than just supplying you something that you won't ever use in your life. She's actually a general goods vendor now.
Hold your head
Victory lies
This guy is
ahead.
an APP, profession instructor. Since he's inside the inn, it will take you a lot of time to reach him. So use the ones outside if you can. He sells you a weather-beaten journal and also all other sorts of recipes for yourself, as well as a book of glyph mastery. You'll need to kill 25 people with a special pet in order to obtain ethereal credits. And by the time you get all of these book of glyph mastery's recipes, you're probably going to be 80. I'm telling you, there's so many of them I've lost count.
Farewell.
we will persevere.
And that would be it for the Falconwind Square. And now we're going to move on outside of Silvermoon. If we move outside and we go right, over here we got another settlement. And this one is called the Phoenix Watch. The Phoenix Watch is an extension of the Phoenix Front.
Anaria, Shorel.
And you just got a random merchant here, guards everywhere, and a house for the players. Ignore that glitchy carpet. I don't know why it's glitching out like that. But the point being is, this house is for you Blood Elves. So it's not for anything, no quest or nothing. It's just a house where the Blood Elves can go and actually roleplay and do whatever the hell they want. It's just a little neat hangout zone. Over here, there's nothing but bricks, so ignore that. And last and final, which we need to go, well, not last and final, there's a shit ton more. Over here is the North Sanctum. You already know the North Sanctum. It now has its trade goods, general goods, and I believe that's it, pretty much. The second floor, we didn't want to make it access because we kind of gave other places a second floor access. This place right here, this guy is turned into a full-blown bag provisioner, sells you all sorts of bag requirements.
Stay.
And this one, who has just been here doing nothing, is actually now an innkeeper. And she's an innkeeper. She wasn't an innkeeper, now she's an innkeeper. And let's see now, what else do we got here? Okay, let's scout this entire part first, and then we're gonna do the rest. So naturally, Blood Elf players go here to the Dead Scar. There's a new enemy called the Plaguebone Pillagers. Those are the Rot Limb Cannibals over there. And the Plaguebone Pillagers. Oh, and the Far Striders, the Eversong Rangers have been updated with new models, befitting to Blood Elves. And now they're fighting people.
Times will pass.
And there's more, so there's more like spiked barricades and everything else here. These are captains, just like this one, and they command them to do the shit. There's a trade good supplies in the area, and right over here, if you notice, there's a shit ton of more NPCs for level 22 and onward. That's because this place is planned to be a level 22 zone like the Barrens, a level 20 zone like the Barrens. So when the Blood Elves finish with the Ghostlands, they actually come back here to battle the Scourge, who are holding the Dead Scar between the ruins of Silvermoon and Silvermoon City. And of course, there's a shit ton of enemy NPCs all over the area. This place is kind of still in development, and ignore those Blood Elf guards. They're not supposed to be there, but they are. See that door? It's going to be worked on. It's probably going to be open by the time my next release comes.
Choose
But
wisely.
the captain is here. His guards are here. The flower pots are here. The benches are here. New objects and everything is already here. Everything is designed for it. There's a Scourge camp up here that wasn't in the original with Scourge banners. And beyond that, just near the Blood Elf Gate to the far north, is a little Blood Elf VIP work in progress outpost that's going to be made. That's right beside the Blood Elven Gate. So this whole entire zone is basically still in development, but there's nothing really much to show here, so I just decided to show this. In Silvermoon, minor details have changed, and I will show you by what I mean by minor details. Besides most of the NPCs being updated
Has a price.
and moved around, toyed around within the city, This group of people right here, ignore that please, that's just because I have GM on. This group of people here, this one, some people who are speaking, all of them will be featured within a new Blood Elf dungeon whose dungeon entrance I will show to you. Besides that, nothing really much has changed within Silvermoon, except for new class trainers being scattered around the area and interior decorations. And also this. The cloth quartermaster is now in the middle of the road. Small details like that. You will find a crystal up here. Not that crystal. There was another one. Just ignore that one for now. There's a carpet here. There's a quest giver here now who sends you places. And the band is still up there. Ignore that as well. And up here in this area, there's a moon well, an orbital translocation, and a little hall, like a little shopping area, and just a bookshelf and some stuff. This here will be sealed off and will be an instance portal, and that instance portal will lead you to a new dungeon called the Sunstrider Pleasure Palace. That Pleasure Palace is basically a place we will fight Lyandra Sunstrider and the ilk I showed you a minute ago, like Veridon Cormar and Tarek Brightwind. And over here is the more Augur's Row, a place mentioned in the RPG but never really featured, where Blood Elves is just the dark side of Blood Elven area, like lore. And over here there's a tree, there's some walls going about, random all these tents scattered everywhere along with the path, and basically where it leads you to the front of Silvermoon City. That's all this is. But this area used to be just a gaping hole, but now it actually past something. Silvermoon City is very large compared to the original, compared to the Stormwind. They're equally large. Over here we have more adepts and more stuff going on, so nothing really much has changed there. What has changed? Oh, I totally skipped it. Just a second here. Silvermoon City has received minor changes, but it has received changes nevertheless. The auction house has been updated, giving more carpets, for instance, rather than just being standing on nothing. And this section right here in particular has been updated. Just let me get to it for you. Murder's Row has received new stands.
Do not loiter.
An animal in the forge in some areas. Sign again. Everything else not so much. Going over here into this area, which is the Farstrider Square. I can't seem to remember what I did in this city anymore. Besides all the overlooked textures, which was done by Resnick, not me. These tents are here, new carpets and new supplies. Rather than just being nothing in here, there's actually supplies now and stuff in here. So this has been added to give it a more of a blood elven appearance to it. And oh yeah, the Silvermoon royalty area. That's right. This place used to be empty. Now it has a paladin trainer. The shops have been all sort of enhanced, which you can't really notice because there's only a few NPCs in there moved in.
We will persevere.
There's new braziers all over the place. The guards are here. There's some magisters now present, and some Silvermoon Rangers, as if to represent the political elite of the city. Also, the banners are here: the Forsaken, the Thunderbluff, the Silvermoon, and Orgrimmar banner. It's like a huge embassy and a throne for the Blood Elves. And other than that, the Blood Elf changes, and the city is not as far and wide as they are in the Eversong Woods, the actual place where the players go. The city, Blood Elf City, really didn't need much of an upgrade compared to the rest. I will show you the dungeon later, but the woods themselves have received the grandest of updates. So the next place we'll be going to is Thoron's Livery, which is the area where the Blood Elves learn their mounts. as soon as you come here, you'll notice there's a stable, a lumber, it's a stable, human sort of stables, blood elven stables. There's featured here. Another one beside it with all the blood elf mounts featured in it. And then if you go up here, you will finally arrive to the Farsighted Retreat. Over here, there's more pilgrims, more evacuees, and as you go inside, you will notice more recovering pilgrims, actual Farsighters doing something, giving a shit, an ale keeper again, because the loyalists are everywhere, trade goods, and general goods. This general goods, as you progress through the zone, changes. She sells you some unique profession required items that you either never ever use in your life, or that really have a rare chance to drop. And so because they have a rare chance to drop, you usually you level past that profession, and you never ever make that item or train your skill, because, well, you never had to need this to train that skill. But now it gives you the option of, well, if you want, you can make that food, here's the mat, but you have to pay 25 kills for 2 malachites if they don't drop for you for some reason during mining. So everything you need from your professions, general goods at this level, at this Farsighted Retreat, sells, along with the Book of Glyph Mastery.
We will have
The dark times will pass.
This place hasn't had a trade goods vendor, which now it does. It hasn't had a bow provisioner, which now it does. And a bag provisioner. It has a bag provisioner. 50 kills for an 8-slot bag, 25 kills for a 6-slot bag. Do you want to farm? You're gonna kill enemies anyways. You level. You'd be surprised how many you kill. There's patterns for tailoring and leatherworking bags. There's leatherworking satchels, profession satchels, you name it. Profession instructor again to train you in all forms of professions.
Time is of the essence.
And let's see now, besides that tent outside, oh yeah, if we go up here, there's more training dummies. There's low level training dummies and higher level training dummies. There's a stable master keeper, aka a stable master for the hunters. And there's a little stable right beside it. There's Cinderai pilgrims chatting. And now you actually have a forge, blacksmith, more tents, a leather worker who also sells you stuff for leatherworking if you need it, and also you get to buy some armor, aka some leather armor if you want, but you don't really need this because the only thing blood elves have that's leather is a fucking rogue. Why does he need 2 spirit? Beats me. Anything you want, purchase. And then you got the blacksmithing, which sells all your blacksmithing needs for 25 credits and everything else. You can buy good armor, very good armor. And let's see, that's about it. And we go to the second floor. It now has a tailor who used to be just a quest giver, but now he's a tailor, sells you stuff. The reason he sells you cloth and bolts is because you have 2 professions when you level up. First aid and tailoring. When you do first aid and tailoring, guess what? They both require linen cloth, and they both require bolt of linen cloth. So it's a real pain in the ass. For tailors and first aid people, it's a real pain in the ass because how are you going to level both professions at the same time? So we concluded, why not add a little bonus where you can actually buy linen cloth if you're just first aid, or you can buy both the linen cloth if you're just, a cloth person. You need two linen cloth in order to make 1 bolt of linen cloth, essentially. So buying it for 25 is the same as if you bought 10 linen cloth. 10 linen cloth. Same shit. There's tailoring recipes available. And over here, there's a little gunsmith.
Welcome here.
And look at his name. He's called Failerin. And he's an apprentice gunsmith. And he's quiet. He's quite quiet. But on the other side, you got his twin brother, Pailerin. Pailerin just doesn't shut up, and he's a racist. And he sells bows. So, there you go. And And the rest is just some more guards added in the region, and basically the Far Strider retreat looks like that. And now we're moving up to the region. We're going up here. We're going to the next area that Blood Elves usually go to for training. But there's a Blood Elf along the road that marks your path as you enter the area. And this is the Duskwither grounds. But first, let's go here! Oh. Why can I go here? Oh, yeah, right. Just give me a second here. The Duskwither Spire has received its own update. Has received an own tent carpet as soon as you spawn. A little moonwell area. The Duskwither apprentices have been updated with new spells. They will cast Mind Blast and Shadow Bolt. And as you keep on going further, you will find an elite, not a rare, but an elite on the second floor that you have to deal with if you want to pass through the spire. And that's Eldinarchus, Keeper of the Spire. He's immune to all sorts of arcane damage, so hunters and mages will have a lot of issues with Eldinarchus. And he's basically an elite. He used to be just a rare, but now he's an elite mob, and he's guarding the second floor of the spire. What is he guarding specifically? He's guarding the chest, so you get bonus loot, and he's guarding your quest book that you need. So, there you go. And that's basically the Duskwither Spire. Now we go down and we are entering the Duskwither grounds again with Eversong Rangers, who weren't here before, now actually fighting off mana serpents, they're fighting off other fiends, they're fighting off a variety of creatures. The Wildithan Sunsmarrow, who used to be just standing there without no tents or anything, now has a tent. And he's supported by a trade goods vendor, and he's supported by a Sunstrider, well, Cinderai Ale Keeper, who sells alcohol. Do you want to drink alcohol? Fuck, I sure do. But point being is, hey, you go. And they're all fighting with barricades around the region. And in this region you will find a surprising amount of blood thistle for a good reason. And other than that, is there anything else you need to know about this place? No, not really. Oh yeah, except for this, my bad. The Blood Elf fishing coast, the Blood Elven coast did not have this, floating debris. If you're doing your fishing profession, which we encourage you to do, you will find a lot of floating debris. You will find a lot of these basically for your fishing needs. So if you're doing fishing, please, goddamn fish, you get some leather, you get some cloth, you get some God knows what from that thing when you find it. That's why you will find that we encourage profession from the start until the end. You know, there's no shame. Just do your profession, right? The worst thing about this place is I can't fly here until I get up there, so it's annoying. And now over here, there's a little secret up here I'm going to show you. There's a little mountain. Here it is. You see, there's a little tin vein, and then you'll find another tin vein. And when you're about here, when you have mining fine minerals enabled, like I will do now, you see them right here, and this is confusing because you can't go up here. No way. You can go maybe up here and reach that herb. No, you can't. You really can't. I've tried. So to reach this place and to go down here, you actually have to go to the troll settlement of Torwatha, climb this hill, go up here, and basically get yourself some bonus free loot. It's in the middle of nowhere. The game encourages you to explore, and for exploring, you get more loot. Now we're going to the region of Torwatha, and we will start from the Far Strider retreat. Torwatha has been enhanced. Now there's a Loa Guardian for each region, each road. Kazurjin of Torwatha, Herald of Halazi. He represents Halazi, the Link's avatar. And he patrols this road all the way to the village. The Torwatha Shadow Priests have been renamed Watha Shadow Priests, and they've been given the title of the Amanishi. And the Watha Berserkers have a new model, and also they have the regular Green Brute model, and their spells have been reworked because on original they would berserk, and they would kill you in 3 hits sometimes. They were really overpowered, so they had to be reworked for that reason. Otemba of Torwatha has received a new model, and his main goal is to cast spears at you. And see, harpoon? Boom! He throws a harpoon at you! How dare you, buddy? See, he throws a harpoon. Very dangerous chap. More harpoon, please. That harpoon basically functions as a fireball. That's why it has the fireball icon. And, yeah, he just basically throws a spear that's on fire towards you, aka a harpoon. And, yeah. The entire Troll Settlement has changed with more NPCs around. The Watha Shadow Priest and the Berserkers have got more models than just one. Up here you will find the next avatar patrolling the gates of Torwatha, which was in beta a place for Zulaman, so it was the beta gates for Zulaman. And you will find Tregla of Torwatha. Tregla used to be an elite mob who used to be close by to this camp, a rare, doing nothing. And usually when you kill him, he wouldn't drop anything interesting. Here, he's been converted to a level 22 NPC, and so when the Blood Elves advance and get to level 20, they will get a custom quest involving to kill the 4 guardians, I think, of the gate. One of them being Tregla, and the other one being that one over there you saw. And the third one is actually right here. The third one is Jinzak of Torwatha, Herald of Janalai. He's the Dragonhawk, aka the Phoenix avatar. He patrols this road. So the Blood Elves will have to kiss this wall in order to avoid him. They have to avoid the road over there to skip the other avatar. And they can get to the gate, but they have to be careful of Tregla. And the gate of Torwatha also has, well, nothing. It's empty. But when you get here later on, there's going to be level 20 NPCs for the Blood Elven leveling experience. The entire camp has received new bonfires, new anvils inside of it, beside it, to make it look like it's actually inhabited, and also to give the profession people a thing to do if they're bored. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's a lot of Dragonhawks that used to not be in the original. And when you go down here, there's a lot of these turtles, Lake Snappa, Lake Snappa. And of course, your next patrol, Atanaitha of Torwatha, Herald of Nalarak. This motherfucker right here patrols this road, up to this road, and this road. That's what he's for. Say hi, you son of a bitch. Come on, say hi. There we go, he said hi. And now, we're gonna move across the street. The Lake Snappers are very good hunter pets, so we've made sure that we add more of them so you can skin them. That's what I forgot to mention. A lot of creatures were not skinnable in the Blood Elf starting zone, one of them being the Lake Snappa. So the Lake Snappa is now skinnable, and you can acquire skin loot from him, so that's one of the main reasons he was added. He drops a different type of leatherworking loot for leatherworkers so they can progress through their profession. Zebwatha. Zebwatha has an axe thrower and everything else, but also their boss over here has been updated with a new model. And this is Zulmarosh of Zebwatha. Zeb means west, Tor means no. Yeah. Zeb means west, Tor means east in troll language. So that's why these guys, these motherfuckers, are Zeb and Tor. Zeb and Tor. He is Zulmarosh of Zebwatha, while the Guardians are whatever the hell Guardian's name of Torwatha. So he's also updated with new spells and stuff, but also has badass model now rather than having that old alpha forest troll model. His model, however, has been given to the axe thrower down here. who has one more stuff to him as well. Over here, the forest with the Eversong Greenkeepers has been updated. And there's been a lot of greenkeepers going about. These hills that used to be isolated where nobody goes has more secret goodies. And the East Sanctum, the Rutland Marauders, who used to be ghouls, are now little tiny abominations. And the Anger Shades are still the Anger Shades. And over here, this bitch, the Apprentice Blood Mage, now has the title of Apprentice Blood Mage. And she's accompanied by her Eversong Rangers, rather than just being here alone doing the investigation. And what else is there? Let's see, have any of these models changed? Oh yeah, here are the Rutland Cannibals, who used to share the models with the Abominations. And this is the Plague Womb Pillager, the Skeletons. And they're different from these guys over here, which is why I changed the model of the Rutland Marauders. Marauder. Weird pronunciations I have. Okay, now we're gonna go to the West Sanctum, which again doesn't really have much to it changed. It has new guards, lay keepers, and it's more infested with enemies. That's basically the only change, I'd say. So let's ignore that, and let's go to our next favorite location, Fairbreeze Village, another Blood Elven settlement. Fairbreeze Village, just like Falcon Square, has changed a lot. The Magisters have moved in. There's a little farmhouse that references Warcraft 3 once more. There's a mailbox. The leatherworker guy has received his own shop. This guy used to be just a quest giver, now he's a leatherworker as well. This chick right here has moved in with her bow shop for hunters. Yay! You know, she sells you shit, right? Over here we got the gunsmith. The gunsmith. Woohoo! Gunsmith. So he's a gunsmith in his own beautiful tent. He is not original. He's custom. This guy is original, and now he's actually selling profession stuff. There's Blood Elf Warlocks sitting, and once again, the Blood Elf Graveyard this time at least has fucking tombstones rather than having nothing. And inside of here, you will find Recovering Pilgrims, a Cinderella Warlock, and just a little chillax place for you Blood Elves. If you go over here is where everything is changed for a lot. Inside over here, you'll find the bag provisioner. Again, Blizzard won't do this shit. You will find the trades goods. And if you go over here, you will find a weaponsmith. And he was also a quest giver. Now he's a vendor and a quest giver. Shit ton of weapons. You can even buy a broken wine bottle if you want. A lot of weapons that weren't available to you in the game, and a lot of weapons that you usually wouldn't come across or could come across from other vendors for your level are featured inside of this vendor, and they're featured inside of all vendors as you level up in progress. You can even buy a spare hand that didn't get out of the alpha files. So you want a spare hand? You want a spare hand? You want to smack people with a spare hand, please? This one right here silences all enemies within 8 yards. It's basically like, what is it called? What the fuck is it called? Arcane Torrent, that's right. This one right here is Mana Tap. Remember the Mana Tap from the Burning Crusade that was removed, the Blood Elf racial? This wand is able to cast that. Most spellcasters don't have a wand unless they're enchanters and they actually make themselves one at low level. By the time you get your wand, you're usually level 25, maybe 30, maybe 20. Now you can get it from level 1 and onward. So if you want to buy yourself a wand, it's 2 silver, have at it, bro.
Farewell.
And now you got your own stable where the hunters can keep their pets rather than having to return to Silvermoon City, along with a little lumber mill. Well, sorry, a stable, not a lumber mill. Over here you'll find a table with some shit, a fire pit, more fire pit, flowers, these new red lights, these blue ones are original, a new tent, more pilgrims, a warlock, some party goers who are here once again. Magisters who are behind Landra Dawnstrider and Magistrix, who is an elite Magister. And inside here you will find a lot more Blood Elves, along with the Pet Provisioner, who sells now Papa Hummel's old-fashioned pet biscuit. If you got these credits, again, which is easy to get, and you can buy this thing, and I will buy it to show you. She also has rope, pet leash, and everything from Dalaran you need for your pets. So if you're a higher level, you can buy this shit. She also has this from Dalaran, which is the blue dragon hog hatchling. So she sells that for the Horde side now. Now I'm going to show you what the Papa Pet's Big Biscuit does, and that's, let's just say I summon ape shit here, and I give him the Papas, and he grows in size. So 25 kills and you can grow your pet. Oh wow, you know, not bad, eh? If we go further on, here is Ranger Saren and the Eversong Rangers, and they're basically protecting their border. That's it. That's the entirety of Fairbreeze Village. Excuse me. So now we're going to Seltharil's Haven. Seltharil's Haven is patrolled by guards, and once you get there, a shit ton of stuff has changed here. You'll see a mailbox, some Magisters, and the Sunstrider loyalists you saw from the Blood Elf starting zone. And their Lord Seltharil and his mistress are inside, as usual. And then when you go here is where the real changes happen. The whole entire place has been changed and turned into a huge party ground. There's a lot of carpets around, disco balls, Blood Elf party goers. There's rocketeers that are for fireworks, so if you want to do fireworks. There's a shit ton of stuff here, basically. A lot of professions, trainers, suppliers. And if you go further, you will find an armament smithy, and the armament smithy sells you stuff just like in Farstrider Retreat. Is it the Farstrider Retreat?
Keep your wits about you.
Yeah, Farstrider Retreat.
What do you seek?
So you will find basically the blacksmith version of the Farstrider Retreat here, along with the animal blacksmith and some other stuff. And of course, every vendor you visit has something that they sell you for that profession. And so this village, this haven, actually has its use, rather than just being, oh, walk here, see a cool party, and leave. Now it's actually useful for things. And down here, there's a sailor, blah blah blah. This is pretty much the same, but the Wretched have received an update and they're kind of moving closer to the border. And as they're moving closer, the Blood Elves attack them. Over here is the Sunsail Anchorage. A lot more enemies have been added. If we go closer to the water, we'll see these Murlocs. The Murlocs weren't here before, now they're here. And they're making sure that they salvage as much stuff as they can underneath the water. In the original, there was nothing in the water, it was just an empty puddle of water. And as we go further into the anchorage, and keep going up and up and up and up and inside and so on. This was all tested with players to see if we can beat all this, and we can. We got, where the hell is he? Alderon Duskdawn, the Reckless. And the beta, not the beta, sorry, in the Burning Crusade, he was an elite, and then later on they decided to remove the elite status, and that's it. He was level 7 in the original, no elite status. By the time players got to him, they were usually level 9, level 8, and so he was given level 9 with an elite status. And if you fight Alderon, ow, well, I really can't hurt him. I don't know what I will do to hurt him without killing him. Nope, that won't work. But the point being is he casts Fireball. He casts Fireball all the time, a very powerful version of Fireball when you first hit him, because he screams at you. But the first thing you do when you hit him and you damage him just a little bit, he casts Fear at you. And once he casts Fear, then he casts Fireball. And you gotta use these columns here, one after the other, in order to defend yourself from Alderaan, so he doesn't kill you. At 20% HP, he throws a Death and Decay, and he tries to kill you. If you can't avoid the Death and Decay, you're fucked. And that's it for this place. Now the Murloc Shores. The Murloc Shores have changed a lot. They've got a new Murloc huts all over the place. So these giant big Murloc huts are all new. They weren't there in the original version. They have also expanded their territory. So they have moved. Sorry, let me do this here. They have expanded their territory here. So you'll find more Murlocs at the coast of the shore. They've also moved into the anchorage. And they're moving around places and swimming, right? You will find their boss, who was a very powerful boss and difficult to deal with. You will find him in this area. And once you do, you need to challenge him, because he's a part of a quest. Just like Alderaan, he is also very powerful. He's also very powerful. He will beat the shit out of you. And that's Murgle. He casts, I believe, Lightning Bolt and Healing Wave. So this is a boss that heals himself. And he heals himself really fast, just like original shamans do. Oh, fuck you. And basically, if you fight him as a player... Oh, he also casts Frost Shock. That's right. Thank you, Margilla. Thank you for reminding me of that. Basically, you take him to this tree, and you use this for line of sight. If you don't, you're fucked. You lose against Murgle. He's an elite, level 9 as well. And that's the Murloc Shore for you, I'd say. And now we're going to move into... Let me see where I am. Ah, here we are. The Golden Bow Pass. Over here, there's new vendors and new stuff located, and the quest giver is right here. You got everything you need right here, rather than just having her in here. In the future, there's going to be an orb of translocation here. However, not now. But when there is an orb of translocation, the second floor will be available, and that tree there will be fixed. So you'll actually be able to go up here when we develop that. But we are not in a rush. All we want to do is do the quests first and get this settled. Once again, the Wither Greenkeepers here are all here, ready. And the boss, the old white bark right here, is just like Alderaan and Murgle. He's a level 9 boss. And he will be facing you with his own set of abilities. These mobs cast spells, of course, like Entangling Roots, so they're not really easy, especially if you're a hunter. And this guy as well casts Entangling Roots and also heals himself. This guy heals himself, so be careful of that. And yeah, that's basically it for the Scorched Grove and for the Murloc Coast. When you go further, the Blood Elves here have established a little settlement to deal with the crazy tree people, and they protect one of the runestones. You will find a trade goods supplier along with a little thing here. And it looks like I get to this place easy, fast, right? So there's vendors everywhere. Trust me, as you're leveling, that's not the case at all. See, he had tangled that Blood Elf. He didn't have Entangling Roots in the original. And just watch the Eversong Greenkeeper as he's dying. Just watch. There he goes. Now he's gonna try a healing. See, healing touch, and he didn't succeed. But if you're fighting him alone as a player, good luck. If he heals himself, it hurts. You really gotta fucking kill that bastard. This is the Murloc Coast, the Golden Strand that was expanded for the Murlocs. And these golden crawlers are everywhere. They're level 5. The reason for that, they provide you clam meat for cooking. There used to be a little bit of golden clams, golden crawlers, but now there's a lot. So not just one, 2. Now there's actually a lot. Dark Wraith, these are the same thing you encounter over the entire Death's Guard, to be honest, but there's a few secrets here. There's an Eversong Ranger patrol post here, and when there's one here. There's another one right here. So it actually looks like the Blood Elves are trying to take back their Death's Guard. And over here, this once abandoned empty hamlet also has guards. And it's also inhabited now by Forsaken and by Blood Elves.
Glory to the Sindorai.
So it's actually a useful hamlet. Yay! And over here, we will encounter the Ale Keeper, the Blood Elves battling.
Victory lies ahead.
Victory lies ahead.
And up here, yeah, there's more Green Keepers. These guys weren't here really much in the original, now they are. So all this is basically Green Keeper stuff. We've already been to the Trolls area, we've been to the North Sanctum, we've been to the Blood Elf area here. Oh yes, there's some secret profession stuff. So as you go around this mountain, you will notice there's some mineral veins up here and some herbs. The only way to go up here is through this pass. And once you go up through this pass, you can reach the veins. However, if you're good at wall climbing, you can just skip it all together and manage to climb this and get to the mineral copper vein, but you still have to battle an NPC if you want the tin vein. So the Blood Elves were patrolling the road. If we keep going, we'll find more of them patrolling the road. And they're right here. There's some more rangers here. And if you look at the Plaguebone Pillagers, they constantly get beat, poor chaps. Oh, look at that guy, he's getting an arrow. Poor guy. Tragic. What else is there to New Silvermoon? Well, besides the guards and every settlement's now protected. Sunspire got an orb of translocation. Oh, there's a fishing thing right there now. Yeah, so basically a shit ton of detail and new NPCs, vendors been updated. The shit ton of stuff of that has been done through the entire Eversong Woods. I think I didn't skip anything. I think I've showed everything. I showed the academy, I showed the shores. I believe that's it. Oh yeah, the Murloc settlement here, but that's already a given. This place is just an isolated area, so nothing special here, but if you go here, you will find this copper vein. Just a little gift. Hey, thank you for coming here, bastard. And you will find this here for fishing, copper vein again. Again, when you go to isolated locations, you find these neat little secrets. And don't forget you can scale this wall right here by going up this path. You can also even do this in the original Blizzard client of World of Warcraft. You get to the gate by swimming, and then you go up this hill. You keep following the path, go up, and now you're on top of the wall of Silvermoon. It's that simple. I didn't show this place though. Thales Windowsbane is the Hungerer. Thales the Hungerer is the boss here, and he's level 7 elite. And he's guarded by his wretched urchins. That's the only thing I didn't show because I skipped it for some reason. And the rest is pretty much, my bad, shown. I really don't have nothing else to show. Probably no one to ask me questions again in the chat about, yo, what's going on? And also, this has changed, I guess, with new creatures and NPCs added along this road where it used to be empty. And of course, more minerals. As you keep on following the river, you will find them eventually, like copper vein. So yeah, what else have I... Ah, yes, I forgot. How could I forget? How could I forget? Over here, finally, in this very complicated zone. This isolated area that used to be empty, had nothing in it, has some profession stuff in it. And it also has just random NPCs, so if you're here for skinning and stuff, that's all pretty much it is. This isolated area of Silvermoon we plan to use later down the line as like a little camp of some sorts, but we're still figuring that out. And this here is an abandoned sanctum. This thing right here wasn't featured, like the top, these orbits here weren't featured. We have it featured, we added that. So this sanctum is technically just there for decor. I think Haven Games once mentioned it on his channel. God rest his soul, that guy. And the rest I have pretty much shown. Oh, yes. I guess this has received a slight update, but not a lot. And these guards. That's honestly it. That's honestly it that I remember that I could possibly remember. But my favorite zone from it all has to be Falconwind Square. 100%. This is my favorite. I mean, just look at it. This looks like a rich Blood Elf settlement. That's because the layout of this place was just perfect to work on. I think Blizzard could have done a lot better in this zone, which is why I added all these tents and these benches and stuff. And I also had a lot of places to work with here when I added the Phoenix Front. So these are the settlements of the Blood Elf starting zone. And let's not forget that this place right here, the second floor of this building, is also a little secret settlement. Because the ruins of Silvermoon are fucking large. You gotta admit it, they're like freaking large. So you got a camp in there, a secret camp right here. The Blood Elf Order Hall. And then a little Blood Elf village. And my favorite of them all, the Sunspire. Because this place is just... it's so rich, so lovely, so much lore to it. It's so much organization, so much interior, so much space, I can say. Like, it's the most chillaxed zone. And this is my favorite zone I enjoyed leveling in. I got like so many Blood Elf characters I gotta train.
The eternal
What business have you?
And it's got its own second floor, you know, it's got everything you possibly need. And you can actually read that book you could never read in Burning Crusade and Lich King until, well, no, Cataclysm came out, you still couldn't get here even in Cataclysm. So yeah, you could never reach this book and never read it. So what the fuck is the point of this book? I have no idea. And the dungeon that we're going to add for the Blood Elves, that's going to be in Silvermoon City. Now this is going to be hilarious for some people, but I have to admit it, and I have to say it. The dungeon entrance that will be for the Blood Elves will be over here. It will have its own instance portal, and it will be in red. So this is what the instance portal will be. There will be an orbit translocation that leads you from the King's office, the Blood Elf King, right here. It will lead you right here. GMs can access this place by just going behind it if there's an instance portal there, so it's no issue for us. But this whole place has collision. You can actually chill out here. It's low interior. We did this background decoration so when the instance portal goes here, it looks like, oh, hey, what's that? You know, behind the instance portal. Like, is that actually a part of the dungeon? And it will be. The place is called Sunstrider Pleasure Palace, and it's an exact replica of Magister's Terrace, and it's hidden in the game files. And so this place, when we're done mapping it, is going to look like different compared to the Magister's Terrace. This is the home of Lyandra Sunstrider, so it's basically the same interior as the Magister's Terrace. Same exact thing. There's a copy, an existing version of it, duplicate version of it in the game files, and this is what this is for. That's it. And if you notice, there's no sunwell. There's nothing around it. Nothing at all. So it's clearly a different instanced version of the Magister's Terrace. Again, we didn't make this. It's just hidden in the game files, so we're going to utilize this. And this will be the Sunstrider Pleasure Palace when it's time. And that's it for Silvermoon City, I'd say. And that's it for the entire Blood Elf starting zone. A lot of work has went into it. A lot of changes has went into it. I will just go around through the... There's nothing else I can say, pretty much. I've worked on everything possible. My personal favorite is all these little details I added.
Victory lies
and all these things that just look unique compared to the original. A lot of shit ton of NPCs, a new quest zone that's coming, the new elite mobs for forest trolls. There's so much Blizzard can expand if they really wanted to, and that's what we're doing. We're expanding. I can't really go and show the Ghostlands because, well, it's a whole separate zone. And it's kind of still unfinished. But for the shits and giggles, I'll just teleport right here. So this is basically a teaser for my next zone development. And this is like Forsaken and Blood Elves conjoined in one single village. And Tranquillian, which is a town, sort of like Ratchet is to the Barrens, has its own bank vault. It had its own arcane treasurer, right, like a banker, and it's its little own town. So anything you need to find, you will find here. And that's honestly what I love about the Blood Elf starting zone, because there's so much you can do to it, and there's aberrations, there's blacksmith, and a shit ton of detail. Shit ton of detail. And yeah, I can't show this again because it's still in development. And Inner Sanctum. I hope you enjoy this video. Whoever ever watches it in the future.
Anubelore Delana.
Baladash Malanore.
The dark times will pass.
Baladash Malanore.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will enjoy it if you watch this when I'm done streaming. Again, a lot of detail, a lot of love went into this. A lot of changes, and remember, this is the Lich King client, so... And I got so yeah, I'm pretty much done my exploration. I still have one viewer, whoever you are. Thank you for watching, and whoever my future viewers are, I hope they enjoy watching. I really loved showing everything I could. for the development. Yeah. So if you want to know where I am currently as well, I'm currently testing this area. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you just how difficult, as a bonus it is, how difficult our difficulty is.
I can't cast that.
Paladin is one of the easiest classes. That's for goddamn sure.
That's still a charge.
That troll did not see me, and I'm
That's still a charge.
surprised.
I can't cast that.
So my blood elf has half HP already taken from her. And remember, she's a paladin. And basically she already has rings. One made by my jewel crafter, and the other one I bought within Triculian for 25 ethereal credits. So this is a bonus. I've already done... Oh well. I've already showed you how the Eversong woods looks like, so I'm just gonna show you how my battles look like.
I can't cast that.
The Yamanishi Oracle did not cast Lightning Bolt, he would cast Dark Heal. That's the only thing he would cast in the original. But now he fights until the death, he doesn't run away from you, and he casts Lightning. And you see how much my mana is? And I've what? And I've defeated what? How many people have I defeated? None. And now I'm gonna buff myself because I'm gonna escort this bitch as soon as possible.
State your
Her,
business.
I'm gonna escort her. And once I escort her, we will see how much the difficulty is to escort her from this hell of a zone.
I can't do that yet.
Okay. This is your arcane torrent. If you noticed, I don't have any racials because the racials were removed.
That's still a charge.
Because they want to balance every class out and every race out in PvP.
What business have you?
Yes.
Death to all who oppose us.
Are you gonna move or?
Our enemies will fall. The reckoning is at hand.
Well, there's something here that happened, so I have no idea what the hell it is, but. Huh. Well, it looks like I have a quest to fix. I don't know how the fuck it fucked up, but I guess I do have
We will
to.
have justice.
I will have to fix this quest. Wow, what a failure. Oh well, it is what it is. This is the first escort quest I ran into that's fucked. But I wonder.
Anu Belore
The
Delana.
cage can open
Be
from my
ready
side.
for
Oh wow, I
anything.
really have to fix this. Fucking hell. Oh well, it is what it is. I got all these characters tested up until that point. And she was my prize. Regular melee is 16, range test is 17, horror is 17, bitch is 17, and shadow test is 17. Shadow test was really funny. So the difficulty with shadow test, again, he's at the same place
Glory
too.
to the Sindorai.
And it's the same shit, so I have no idea what the hell's happening there. So to show you the difficulty of my beautiful shadow test. Now most people would say have a Void Walker. When I had the Void Walker to tank, he was terrible. I prefer the Imp for some reason. Because he does more damage. So that's how much it takes for Blood Elf Warlock to deal with the shit. And also, if you want, you can health funnel your pet, which I can do. When I couldn't health funnel him, I had to first aid the guy all the time, which is why I got these fucking. That's the whole reason I got first aid here, because it helped me a lot. Come on. So this is the pet you summon, which is your Ethereal Soul Trader. And the Soul Trader is the guy who... Well, you'll see. As soon as I kill this mob, you'll see what he does. So he's right there. Oh, sorry about that. Fuck off. There you go. That's what he does. And then he gives you Ethereal credit. That's all he does. And at this time he did not do it. That happens even on original sometimes. I have no idea why. Ah, fuck off. Now, if you're wondering, no, you can't sell shit to him. So, he's not a vendor where you can just sell all your items to just because you got him. My second class is Bitch. She's the mage. Whore is the healer. So, holy people, especially the paladins and the freaking, especially the paladins and the priest, are the class I believe that are just the weakest to train with. Like, they're weak, like very weak. And by that I'll show you what I mean by weak. So that's our HP already, and we just began combat. And a lot of people have complained that priests run like their mana goes down pretty fast, and it does. I honestly have to agree. I picked the best challenge possible, and they still go down really fast. So this is enhanced to difficulty. And yeah, if you stay in the poison cloud like I am, you get more damaged. So yeah, her mana, more than half of it was already gone. And if you did not know, Blood Elves start with more mana than any other race in the Wrath of the Lich King and Burning Crusade. So, mind-boggling that priests suck so much in this expansion. I mean, regarding mana regeneration. Range test right here is my hunter. He's honestly a hunter. So, he's the easiest to train. This one's the hardest to train. That's why she's level 16. She can barely handle combat on her own, has really no self-healing, and just has to rely on a lot of support. But it's possible. I've just been falling behind because I usually go from all these classes and then do the rogue last, or do the rogue along with the I do the rogue first. I do range test with the rogue first, so I do these two first. And then I go switch to the spellcasters, so I can test the spell resistances. And then I go to treasure, because treasure, the paladin, is the easiest class to play with. So he can just... The paladins in fucking Lich King and Burning Crusade, as you train them, because they have so much self-healing reliance, are really easy to train. I shit you not, so as a guy who has to enhance the difficulty in Wrath of the Lich King and make it like the classic difficulty, I've managed to make every class, have like, so Paladin can handle 3 mobs. Sometimes only 2, but sometimes he can deal with 3 mobs alone. The spellcaster Shadow Test can handle sometimes 3 or 2 mobs on his own as well. So the Paladin and the Warlock are sort of tied. It's a 50-50, but the Paladin has a guarantee 70% chance he will survive a 3-mana counter, while the Warlock does not. The Hunter, well, he can survive fucking a 3-mana counter as well, just like the Paladin, because he has a pet. If you get a turtle pet, this pet right here, there's a guarantee you will win a 3-man battle. So the paladin and the hunter are the easiest to train. The rogue is not. No fucking way. The rogue will die against 2 mobs most of the time, or even a singular one if well, sorry, not a singular one. You will defeat a singular one, a single mob, but then another mob comes in and you die. That's what I'm trying to say. So rogue can handle 1 tops. Whore, the priest, 1 or 2, just like the rogue. It really depends on what situation you're in. Bitch, same thing, 1 or 2. In the original, so Wrath of the Lich King and Burning Crusade, there was no, the mobs were really weak to the mages, really weak. When I entered the database to check on the spell resistance modifiers, the armor modifiers, the damage modifiers, I realized that Blizzard slacked so fucking hard that the mage was just overpowering every mob because their modifiers were incorrect. So the mage has a difficulty now actually pulling mobs, dealing with mobs, and you have to always crowd control. You have to use Frostbolt, Pyroblast, you have to use that instant Fire Blast shot, I forgot what it's named. But they were my... So as I'm going through the Blood Elf zones, they were the most difficult people I had to train. They were the most... Like, I really had to focus on my training with every class here. So I know what I'm talking about. This guy is just... He's just an inscription test, inscry test. So he tests all the inscription. So with this guy, when I go train in professions, when I go look at professions, the only reason I've got him is I've bought all the books of glyph mastery. I bought all of them, and I wanted to see how many glyphs I've learned. And these are all the glyphs I've learned. And my skill is only 90, so it's not even 150 yet. So this is all the inscription I've learned as a level 10 with the books of glyph mastery that you can buy from a vendor now. So that's a lot of fucking stuff, right? Glyph of backstab, like that's the only level 15. There's a shaman level 15. There's a Stoneclaw Totem at level 15. So basically a lot of this stuff that Blizzard didn't make available to you, you know, at that level, with the Book of Glyph Mastery, you can now get it as a level 10, and you can use it. So that's fucking funny. If you also noticed, every one of my classes, so every single one of them has a profession. I found that, where is it now? Oh, I didn't put it, oh, here it is. I found that alchemy works really good with the warlocks. Like, alchemy and warlocks are just perfect together. I love alchemy and warlocks. So when they're together, when they work together, they work together. I mean, like, holy fuck. And also, Holy Protection Potion was a potion that wasn't available in the original Wrath of the Lich King and Burning Crusade client. And I've added it back into the game. And now they're able to get this Holy Protection Potion, although you really won't need it unless you're facing a paladin. Yeah, pretty much. So alchemy goes great with the warlock because of his potions, honestly. The mage here has fashioned herself tailoring. Tailoring and the mage was my best choice I've ever made. It's so difficult to have no self-healing, and when you have tailoring, that gives you armor, and also some cool shit as you level up. For instance, here we are. This one right here, double-stitched woolen shoulders. When you get this as you journey through the Ghostlands, oh man, you're blessed. You can also get a woolen bag if you want to enhance your inventory. So training your professions as you level up is really fun. If you go into the priest, for the priest, I've chosen jewel crafting. Yes, jewel crafting. Jewel crafting I love very much because of several reasons. And that one main reason is this guy. coarse stone statue. As soon as you summon this statue, it begins to heal you. So if you're desperate, and priest is very desperate for mana, if you're really desperate for mana, you summon the coarse stone statue and it heals you. As you're leveling up, it heals you, so you don't have to waste mana. So a priest could deal with 2-3 mobs perfectly if she summons the coarse stone statue in the right time. Also, all the rings, I had to redo them. I had to lower their levels because the first set of rings, first set of necklaces were available from level 10 and 15, which is useless if you're level 1. So I had to go back into the profession and modify the rings and make them available for level 1. These are available for level 1. And yeah, all these rings right here you see is basically something that I will be making. And I made this for myself. 2 strength, 2 agility, 1 stamina. So the jewel crafting, I found it very good for priests because it's a good support and also gives them jewelry, more additional armor for them to survive since they need mana. And most of the rings, as well as most of the rings, and most of the jewels they make from jewel crafting actually helps them survive. And enchanting, well, that's I forgot to mention that bitch here has enchanting. So enchanting, the same thing for the mage. Enchanting is one of the best things because you're a damage dealing class and you can make yourself a greater magic wand. Oh my god, I can make myself a greater magic wand. Holy shit, I just realized that.
Our enemies will
Master
fall.
warrior, master... Fuck, what is my profession? Shit.
Do not loiter.
Shit.
Hold your head.
Shit. Fucking, I'll just give myself simple wood. I'm too lazy to look for the window. I can make myself my greater magic wand. Oh yes. Yes. Make a great magic wand. There you go. Basically, that's what you can do if you level enchanting.
We will persevere. Death to all who oppose
What do
us.
you
This
see?
place I'm still working on. It's the Far Strider Enclave. So I haven't finished this yet. So that's why I'm like, where's the wood? Where's the wood? I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have wood here. Because I still haven't added wood here.
I have one-of-a-kind items.
So yeah, this is my enchanting at level 17, which is 122. And this is my tailoring, 115. And range test, which is my hunter. He has engineering, that's right. He has engineering and mining. The main reason is this, your guns. He can make shit ton of guns for himself, and these guns are very useful for his training. aka when he levels up, he can use different variety of guns. He can also craft himself bullets, and which like I have the gun, the Deadly Blunderbuss, which is much like the Blunderbuss, you know, he can craft this baby basically. Oh yes, oh yes. And when you shoot with that blunderbuss, it hurts. He can also craft himself some nice tinted goggles, which I've already have, and crafted light shot, which is a bullet available level 25, which I can't really use at the moment. Crafted heavy shot, I was able to use at level 10. Used to be level 15, but I lowered it down to level 10. So yeah, he's able to make himself bullets, scopes for his gun. It's like engineering was made for the hunter class, honestly. And I already used this to blast open simple locked doors and chests, so I already used the bombs in combat, but I didn't want to use a lot of them because wool cloth I'm using for other shit like this. So yeah, I've done a lot of them. I've even made myself a companion pet with engineering. So engineering and hunters go really well together, and I highly recommend it for even if you're playing the original Wrath of the Lich King servers. I highly recommend that you go engineering. It's so much fun with a hunter. And regular melee, which is my rogue, who is in Tranquillian at the moment, and it's almost level 17. she has leatherworking, which makes medium armor kits, which I can already make. And I've already made her a cloak. Yep. Oh, I can make new pants. I need to skin some people, though. I need to skin some people. I need to skin some people. I need to skin some people. Okay, fine leather tunic, cure leather hide. Oh, see, this is what I've already made for myself. Fine leather boots. Ooh, oh, I have dark leather boots and agile boots. They're pretty much the same, so. Cured medium hide. Medium leather. Oh! So you need light leather to make medium leather. Fair enough. Light leather pants. So these pants are much better than what I got. So remember that profession bender I told you about? Remember what I told you if you're too lazy and you don't want to collect some shit? Well, this guy right here, just like that one in the Farstrider Enclave, he sells you some light leather for 25 kills. And here you go. I traded 25 kills. And now I need to buy myself a fine thread. The trade good vendor has that. So where the fuck is the trade good vendor now? That's a weaponsmith.
Choose wisely.
Oh, that's my trade goods.
Your gold is welcome here.
There we go.
We will have justice.
And now to make myself some leather pants.
Do not loiter.
See? Much better. Okay.
Shurelaron.
Just a second.
Your
please.
gold is welcome here.
Bandage. Why the hell I need this? It's ice cold milk.
The reckoning
Okay.
is at hand.
Increases spell power against undead. Oh yeah, like that's gonna be useful.
I have one-of-a-kind items.
How about we say no and sell that as well?
Remember the Sunwell.
Oh, I made this. No, I didn't make this. This dropped for me and I can't wear it, so that's why it's in my bank. And all this is just extra material that's in my bank. Yeah. Also train Cookie in every class, so that's fun. So, let's see. Pick rock. What am I gonna do this for? Or on chest, legs, hands, or feet? Oh, I forgot. It's right here. Chest, legs. 8 armor. 16 armor. Jesus Christ. 8 armor. Chest, legs, hand, or feet. There we go. There we go. 16 armor. So now I'm ready, baby. I'm ready for action.
What is it?
Murloc eye. I kept that for a cooking recipe. And this is a quest item.
Embrace the shadow.
Oh yeah, because I haven't gone there yet. So yeah, this is my rogue. And leatherworking and skinning, here's their profession, no shit. And yeah, this is how much I've got. 103 skill at level 16, which is not bad considering you don't run into a lot of animals to skin. That's a good thing, right? And now that I'm finished showing off all my classes, and I've shown you most of the Eversong Woods, I think that this will be the end of my video. And I thank you for watching again. Since you have no questions, I will be my old-fashioned friend, teleporting myself to GM Island, where I will proceed to open my door, open my second door, go up the stairs, turn my GM off, sit down on a chair, and bid you adieu, because yeah, we're all we're all done.
Yeah, what do you want?
Hey, how you doing?
Hello. What can I do for you? Have a good one.
Time is money, friend.
Can I help you?
Yo.
Greetings. What can I do for you?
Hey, yeah. Keep it real.
If you did not notice, there's a Cataclysm theme from Cataclysm in Wrath of the Lich King for Gadgetzan.
Yeah, what do you want?
The reason I'm here, I gotta check something. Yep, this is it.
I got what you need.
Time is money, friend.
Time is money, friend.
Interesting. Yo!
Got the best deals anywhere.
If you're wondering what this is, it's basically just Furious Gladiators
If you ever need
I got
anything,
Stuff.
what you need.
and Relentless Gladiators. So if PV people want to begin PvPing, they can actually use their PV currency to buy some epic gear to
Be
begin
good.
their PvP adventure. It's basically telling you either go PvP or you go PV. You gotta pick, buddy. So yeah, I just had to check that. I had to make sure that my vendors are there, and they are, so. Now I'm done. I thank you again for watching, you one viewer who doesn't say nothing. I thank you for watching. I thank you. And I hope that you reveal yourself one day. Reveal yourself, damn it. And, speak to me, damn it. You know, like, say something, because whoever you are, thank you for viewing this far. Whoever you are, thank you for viewing this far. Yeah, that sounds epic. I love that. And I'm basically going to finish my stream now. So, I'm going to give you a minute, maybe two, as I drink this bubbly. To say goodbye to you. Hope you have a good sleep. And good relaxation. Tomorrow's Monday. Fuck. I have to go back to work. Depression. But it is what it is. It's one of those times. So good night to you. Have a good night. Thank you for watching. If you want to go back and watch Eversong Woods, how it looks like now, enhanced and changed, better than Blizzard's, then you can go back and watch the video and scroll back. That's it. That's all I can say. I don't really get a lot of visitors around here, so it's isolation. And that's it. Have a great day, guys.